So you're thinking about moving to Bend, Oregon, or somewhere else in Central Oregon, and you're curious about what's going on in the month of May. Well, that's exactly what we're going to be touching on in today's video. Right behind us, it's a Wednesday. There is a farmer's market that just started up last Wednesday. This is day 2 or week 2 of the seasonal farmer's market right down here in downtown Bend. We'll be touching on this as well as other exciting events going on in Bend in the month of May. So if this video sounds like it's for you, stick around. We're going to be getting after it right now.
If this is your first time on the channel and you'd like to know everything there is to know about living, eating, sleeping, playing, the good and the bad of Bend, Oregon and the surrounding area, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about what the heck's going on here in Bend. My name is Zach Nutter. This is Ryan Rudloff, both licensed brokers with eXp Realty in the state of Oregon, and we've lived here for over 30 years, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We'd love to connect with you, help you make the smooth move here to Bend. With that being said, we're going to take you around. We're going to show you this amazing farmers market. We're going to talk about the events that typically happen annually here in May. We're going to talk about the weather. So let's jump into it right now.
So May is actually a very fantastic month in Bend. It's when the weather really starts to turn in the direction that we all wait for all winter and all early spring season. So May is here. It's starting to warm up a little bit. It's about 60 degrees today, but this next week it's going to be forecasted in the mid 70s, even up into the 80s. And so you can see there's people out everywhere right now. This is the second farmers market of the season. It's on a Wednesday, and you can just see just the amount of people that are down here right now. It's pretty remarkable. And this goes on a weekday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. every Wednesday all the way until the end of September. But it just gives you a feel and a vibe for what's going on in and around Bend right now. We're getting ready for the tourist season as we get closer and closer to June and into July, but Bend has a lot going on all year long, but the spring and summer is what it's really all about. It's what draws so many people to this area, and we're leaving the farmers market right now, and we're downtown right now. There's people everywhere. They're outside. There's a bunch of restaurants that have their outdoor seating available now, and so people look for excuses to be outside this time of year because the sunshine, it's here, but it's also starting to get warm.
So Ryan said we just wrapped up there. We're going to kind of scoot through downtown and talk about some of the other events. So one of the main events in this month of May in Bend is the Pole Pedal Paddle. This is an event that people come from all around the world to participate in. So starts up at the mountain, ski down the mountain, that's the pole portion, pedal. Then how long's the bike ride?
It's from the mountain all the way down to town, so it's about 20 miles.
Yeah, so nice long bike ride, and then you've got a paddle portion. So then you got people are in kayaks blistering down the river down to the Deschutes, and then at the end there's a mile sprint. For me, a mile's long distance, but they call it a mile sprint that finishes the race. And this actually brings in some incredible world-class athletes that do this. And then you can also, as more just a recreational athletic person, also participate in the event. They have one for kids as well, that they have teams of people that do it, and they kind of dilute it down a little bit. I don't know that there's a mountain portion of the in the kids pole pedal paddle. It's more of a paddle, a bike ride, and a run. But super cool event. It's one of the hallmarks of May here. Town is packed when the pole pedal paddle is going on. Finishes in the Old Mill District. It's a really neat event that's been going on for, what, 50, 60 years?
Long time.
Yeah, a long time.
And the town just inflates. It balloons by, I want to say, 50,000 people just for the weekend alone. There's probably 3,000 or 4,000 people that participate in the actual race event itself. There's all kinds of sponsored events. And there's just people everywhere for that event. Zach was touching on the kids portion of it too. My kids are both participating in it this year. That's on the Sunday, so the Pole Pedal Paddle will be on Saturday, the 18th of May this year, and then the next day, Sunday, that's when the kids do it. It's just like a little obstacle course and things like that in and around the Old Mill District, but it's a really fun event, and it's become kind of the flagship event of Bend and Central Oregon in the month of May. And so that's coming up here in just a couple days, actually, probably by the time this video airs. airs, the event will be coming right around the corner. But that's just one of many different style events that are going on in May in Bend.
So along with the pole pedal paddle, there's a bunch of festivities for Memorial Day. When is Balloons Over Bend? That's one of my favorite. Is that during the summer?
That typically was in July, but I think they extended it into August or maybe September in the last year or two, but that's a great event as well.
Okay, so we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. So we'll put up a full list of all the events going on in town. So let's talk about the weather. What can we expect for the weather here in the month of May?
So we'll get pockets of 80 degrees, and then we'll also get little cold spells too. Like the last couple days have been kind of chilly for baseball outside in the evenings. But generally speaking, the daytime high is going to be in the mid 60s, maybe low 70s. But like we said, we're going to get some of these days like this next week. It's supposed to be in the 70s and even up to the 80s, and so that's exciting. And it also bodes well for concert season at the amphitheater. The Hayden Homes Amphitheater is opening for their season, and we've got probably 50 or 60 different concerts on the schedule, and they start this month, and there's going to be 5 or 6 different concerts in the old mill at Hayden Homes starting in May this month.
So with the weather changing, we start seeing so many more people coming out. Spring's typically it's becoming a little more rainy here in the spring, which we don't typically get much rain. We're known for 300 days of sunshine here. So, but this is when we kind of do get our rain. So last week we had 3 or 4 days of rain, and it kind of sprinkled in here and there. It never sticks around for super long, and sometimes you'll have rain in the mornings and then beautiful blue skies like this. But as we inch closer and closer to summer, for the next 10 days, it's supposed to be high 60s, 70s. Next week, which will be mid-May, will have us up almost into the 80s. So those are the most comfortable temperatures here. It feels so great. 80s, 90s in the summertime, sometimes very low hundreds, and super hot during the day. And then at nighttime, you open your windows, the cool mountain air comes in, it cools down drastically, so you never have that like heat that you just can't escape. But spring and fall are definitely my 2 favorite times of the year here. The temperature is very pleasant. We still do get some really cold days. Ryan and I have ditched the parkas and are in our short sleeves. I mean, we were out doing this, filming in 0-degree weather. This is way more fun.
This is much better.
So we enjoy this a lot more. But we can anticipate these days. But this morning, or today, it's probably 60 degrees. This morning, there was frost on the ground. My windshield was still frozen. So we still have those cold days, but it is so comfortable out right now. Such a great time to be here in Bend.
Another cool feature of the shoulder season, which is what we're in right now, is the mountain's still open. And so Mount Bachelor will be open from, say, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. this time of year. And it's a great time to be up at the mountain skiing, and it's still really busy. People get involved with the spring season. Some people just go up there for the spring season almost selectively as opposed to the entire season, but it's one of those things where you can get up to the mountain in the morning and get the first chair and do some laps up there and then come down here and enjoy the 70 degrees that Bend has to offer. So it's a very unique thing that Bend has with our climate here. Just for about 2 or 3 months while the mountain is still open for business. Usually the mountain closes right after the pole pedal paddle because it's the flagship event and they stay open for the duration of that. But sometimes when there's a big snowpack, some seasons we'll be able to stay open up until June, and even a very rare occasionally the mountain will open up for the 4th of July weekend if there is enough snow just for a couple hours in the morning to be able to offer that. And so where else could you have 4th of July, 85, 95 degrees down here in Bend while having enough snow down in or up on the mountain to where you can actually go up to the mountain, ski a little bit, and then come down here and enjoy summer-like weather. Only here in Bend.
So the mountains are typically snow-packed throughout the summer. So in the summertime, typically the mountains are still snow-packed. So when you're looking up there, they're beautiful white mountains. Towards the end of summer, most of the snow is gone, if not completely gone. So they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous without the snow on them, but they're beautiful all summer long. And then as soon as the snow disappears from them, it starts getting hammered with snow again up there. So, But like Ryan was saying, yeah, there are some times that you can ski the mountain in July. But what's the big event they do up there to end the season where they have they make the little lake?
Right.
You can ride down and skim down the lake. What's that called?
Yeah,
Remember?
I don't know the name of that event, actually. That's a good question, but I know exactly what you're talking about. It's people go up there in their t-shirts and it's 60 degrees or 70 degrees on the mountain, and they're skiing down a run, and then there's a big old pond at the very bottom, and people try to ski and glide on that thing on the pond for as long as they can until they just sink in, and that's basically saying goodbye to the mountain for 5 months.
It's an amazing place this time of year. There's so many other things that are happening. Ryan mentioned the concerts. We have a couple other small concert venues, comedy shows. The Tower Theater has really amped up their performances. They're getting a ton of comedians and musicians and different stuff, and that's an old, I think it was built in the 1920s or 30s.
Yeah.
The Tower Theater is very historic here, has a lot of great shows. That's really ramping up. We've got farmers markets. When summer comes, where we're at right now, there'll be munchin music.
Yep.
There's the duck race. When is the duck race?
September.
Okay.
Usually, yeah.
But there's just so many things to do here this time of year. This is great because you could go on a bike ride or you could ski. There's an event that happens every year about this time called the Race and Ace.
Oh, yeah.
So you race down the mountain as a team, or you have a team member. I don't know how you'll have to explain this when I'm done, but it's a timed race down the mountain, and then there's a 4-man golf scramble at �W𝐨𝐬, right?
Usually �W𝐨𝐬, 5-man golf scramble, but it's
5-man.
Yeah, it's a good charity event as well, but that just kind of encompasses the shoulder season again, where you can ski and golf in the same day, and it's just kind of celebrating the climate and the area that we're in with Bend, because you can do both during certain parts of the year. Right now, we're kind of zipping through Drake Park, so we just came off of downtown where there's a ton of people, and now we're in the park where there's still plenty of people. But if you guys can remember back a couple months when we did that video when it was really cold and the snow was probably 2 feet high or something like that, we were walking through here as well. But now you get a glimpse of what Drake Park's all about in the springtime, and so this is basically what we're going to be seeing over the next 6 months, is a lot of green and a lot of leaves on the trees and a lot of people out and about, which is going to be pretty exciting.
As far as real estate goes, real estate really starts ramping up this time of year. People start considering moves for all kinds of different factors, but people typically don't love to move in the middle of winter. So summertime is a great time where you start seeing more inventory on the market. You see more active buyers. It's really kind of the beginning of the buying and selling season. So this is where we get super busy. You start seeing more homes come on the market. Everybody wants their yard to look beautiful when they list it. They don't want to be going up and down that U-Haul ramp when there's 2 feet of snow outside. So
Right.
This really kind of is the beginning of that season. And it's just a fantastic time to be here. I can tell you, I'm enjoying filming a lot more right now.
Absolutely. We've got our new mic on the camera here, and so hopefully it's a little windy right now, and hopefully that doesn't bother anybody watching this, because we've had some trouble in the past, but we're excited to be out and about now. Even when the wind is blowing, we're still in good shape for getting you guys good content, and this is the time of year that we want to be doing most of our outdoor content.
And the more Bend grows, the more things that are happening here. Like if we pan over and look at the stage over there is a looks like they're setting up for a random little concert. It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's buzz over that way. We'll walk up the trail that way. But,
It's Wednesday, but
it's Wednesday.
still
Oh, so
feels like Tuesday.
Yeah, feels like Tuesday.
Wednesday farmers market.
Oh yeah, it is the Wednesday farmers market. But there's going to be an event down here. I don't know what it is, but as we go, there's more and more stuff that you can always be. If you're into that social aspect and want to be out and about and at concerts and farmers markets and all of that different stuff, the more we grow here, the more of that stuff we have. There's so much to do here that you could stay busy all the time if you wanted. You're never going to get bored here, especially if you love the outdoors. There's just too much to do to get bored here.
That is a fact. This is Mirror Pond to our left here, Deschutes River. This is the famous Mirror Pond. Goes right through downtown, right alongside Drake Park. You can see some of those historic homes across the river there. Those are pretty awesome home sites that have been around for probably close to 100 years. But This is that time of year, especially with people that are thinking about visiting or maybe relocating. You can look and expect to see a lot more on the market if you're in the market to purchase, and if you're looking to potentially sell a home as well, the opposite is true, because there's going to be more people potentially looking to buy. So this is the time of year to really get active if a real estate activity or transaction is in your near future.
Ryan once coined this park our version of Central Park, which is pretty great. It does abut downtown, but it's a fantastic park. They just extended the path to go all the way across over to, what is that, Pioneer Park?
Yep. All
the way to Pioneer Park. You can cruise right up to downtown from here, up by the Looney Bean and Pine Tavern, up to Crow's Feet Commons. There's just, it's such a great place. You'll see people napping, you'll see people hanging out, throwing the frisbee around, setting up concerts. In the summertime when there's events going on down here, it's packed, there's food carts. Just so much to do. May is a great time. If you're thinking about coming and visiting, checking town out, May, June, July, August, all amazing times. Fall's also incredibly beautiful here. When you start seeing, we did a video on the colors of Bend.
That's right.
In the fall, and the colors are just spectacular. We have so many different beautiful trees here. But yeah, anytime's a great time to come, but this is definitely one of my favorite seasons here.
So if you guys are thinking about making a move, thinking about selling, thinking about buying, reach out to us. We would love to have a conversation to figure out where you're at and then put together a plan that will serve you the best. But it starts with you guys reaching out to us. You can call us, you can text us, you can email. Doesn't matter to us. We just want to meet you where you're at, so then we can be of the best service possible to you as it relates to your real estate needs.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you so much. Do not hesitate to reach out to us. When you call the numbers on YouTube, those are actually our phone numbers. You will reach us. We get so many times we get phone calls and we answer, and people are like, I can't believe you guys actually answered.
Yeah.
Those are our cell phone numbers. So call us, text us, email us. We are here for you. We want to help you make the move over here to Central Oregon. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Thanks, guys.